The reason why you don't know what to post on social media isn't a matter of fact that you aren't creative, but it's a matter of fact that no one taught you how to find your true fire, your true passion. And in the next few minutes, I'm gonna teach you how to find your message, how to find your niche, so you can finally start creating with direction and clarity. So I'll just be real. If you're anything like me, finding your niche, finding like what you want to post about can be really hard. Through my time on YouTube, I've reached over 32,000 subscribers, and I tried so many niches to try to figure out what was me. I tried gaming, I tried vlogging, I tried faith, and many times in this walk, I'm so tempted to serve everybody at once. And one thing I learned is that if you're aiming to reach everybody, you're actually aiming to reach nobody. So I'm going to share a system that I learned that has allowed me and all the other people I've worked with to find their true fire, and I'll break it up in 4 points. The first step to finding your true fire, your true passion, is figuring out what ignites you. What are some of the things that you are truly passionate about? When it came down to it, if someone were to ask you to talk about this thing, could you go into detail about it? Can you talk about the specifics of it? Can you almost geek out like me? I like to geek out about YouTube and analytics and stuff like that. I can't help it sometimes, and sometimes I over-explain. What would you do for free if it came down to it? What do you do or talk about that energizes you, that brings you life? I want you to write down either in your notes or in your notebooks all these things that could be. It could be talking about basketball, it could be talking about your favorite clothing brand, it could be the gym, anything that keeps you motivated, keeps you pumped up and passionate. Write it down. Deep down, this actually might be the thing that ignites you. I know for me personally, it was definitely content creation. I just loved posting videos. Since I was a kid, I remember my first video, I ran upstairs, played Minecraft. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but somehow, some way, I was like, I'm going to figure out how to become a YouTuber. This just excites me. I don't know what it is. I grew up kind of non-verbal, so this was like the first time and the first thing that ignited me to want it to be more verbal, to want to pursue something and be purposeful in it. So write out all the things that you feel like does that for you. And before I get into point number 2, you want to use these things that you wrote out in your notes and drag them down if they apply to this next filter, which is what's your natural spark. So for me personally, I'm very passionate about basketball. I love it. I love playing it. It's fun. I know I'm not the greatest. So what I'm not going to do is say basketball is my natural spark. I'm not naturally gifted. When I go on the court, people are not always like, yo, let me pick him up. I'm usually second to last. And I say that because it's great to be passionate about something, but something that's your natural spark, people will almost refer to you as it. For instance, when I was younger, I was always a technology guy. I was always on computers. I was always helping my parents fix their cables, fix their phones and stuff like that. And people would always go to me for technology and how to help that stuff out. So what comes natural for you that seems so hard for others? To you, it might seem small, like technology or putting together a nice outfit or makeup, whatever it is, right? It really might be your natural thing. Some people really don't know how to do this stuff, so take advantage of it. So I want you to take whatever you learned in the first section and carry it down if it applies to it being natural. And even if it's not, write down whatever you want to be good at, because I think if you want to be good at anything, you will figure it out. I was never good at content creation, so I started posting, so I wanted to be good at it. I wasn't good yet. So what I did is I put in the reps. And if you're willing to put in the reps, I would also apply that to this section right here. Now that you've filtered your passions into your natural / want to be good at, I want you to look into this third filter I'm about to share with you guys. The third question I want to ask about the things you wrote out is who needs your flame? You know, I think about the way that I even got into YouTube. I loved watching bigger YouTubers I felt that I can connect with, and that made me realize I want to do that. For me, there's this YouTuber called DanTDM, and he was the first person I seen play Minecraft and game and laugh, and I'm like, I do that too with my friends, so why can't I post it, right? I will never forget that first day I started YouTube, December 11th, 2014. I literally hopped on my computer. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I wasn't good at it. Someone lit that flame for me based off the fact that I was inspired by them. So what I'm trying to say is, how can you be that for somebody else? You might be able to inspire somebody on this platform, and people need that. People need to see that. You might be that flame for somebody else to be like, I want to do what he's doing. I want to do what she's doing. And there's so many filters through that because there's so many niches, but I would ask yourself these 3 questions when it comes down to that. 1, who can you impact? People who love, for instance, gaming and want to figure out how to make a living off gaming or make money off gaming, right? A lot of kids want to do that. So I can be an impact for people if I'm so passionate about this and I figure it out. 2, what problem or pain point can I solve? Some people are really looking at you and being like, yo, how can you help me? Sometimes people are either going to you for entertainment or education. So you're either entertaining somebody and keeping them hooked, or you're educating people and helping them to learn about themselves and also learn how to take that next step. And if you ask yourself those 2 questions, you feel like you can answer it, I feel like that's when you start to lean more into it, because not only are you passionate about it, not only do you want to be good or are really good at this already, but you can also inspire people. I don't know if you realize, but no one can do things like you can. Nobody has the experience that you have. Nobody has the credentials that you have. Nobody has the credibility that you have in what you do. So use that. Someone needs to see someone like you do it so that they can believe that they can. And I want that to really inspire you and really touch you to keep going. And the fourth question I want you to ask is, where does my fire light the way for others? What can you create? What can you teach? What can you build that people will pay for? I think those are really good questions to ask yourself, because at the end of the day, right, if you're trying to create your dream business, it's not all about business. You want to make sure you love what you do. That's point number one. But if you love what you do, if it comes natural for you and it's hard for other people, that means people will be willing to pay either with their attention or with their money to learn how to do what you do. So I don't say that lightly. I don't say that people are transactional. I think that you want to build relationships and build something that you love and enjoy. And when people see that, they're going to want to not only be a part of it, but they want to know how to do that themselves. Because a lot of people are looking at people like content creators to be like, wow, like you're doing full-time what you love. Like, how can I do that, right? And when you pay someone, whether it's financially or even with your time, you're basically saying, I love what you do and I'm gonna pay attention to what you do, right? If you can turn your passion into something that creates provision, you have your dream business right there. That's literally you doing what you love to impact people, to serve people all around the world. And in a sense, even if you didn't use this for content creation, right? These are really 4 things and things to go by that really help you find your true fire, your true passion. Your passions will shift though. I will admit my passions have shifted a few times in my content creation career, and I can't understand why. I used to be like trying to hold on to the glory days and like, yo, back then I used to do this and that. And it's not that you're transitioning from it. You don't ever start from zero. You stack on experience. So my experience with building 30K on YouTube and starting this channel, it's not like I'm starting from 0 subscribers. I'm starting from here. This is the experience that I earned at 30K, and I'm building on top of that. I'm not starting over and building 2 towers. So even if your passion does change, even if you try something and realize you don't like it, that gives you permission to try something else. It doesn't mean that you're starting from 0 or you're wasting your time. It actually means you got one step closer to learning who you really are and how you can really help people. So hold on to that. You never start from 0. You really only stack from experience. In this video, you learn how to start finding your true fire. If you write down all of your passions on a piece of paper in your notes, and each of those passions, you ask yourself, what comes natural to me, or what do I want to be good at? Who's going to need this information? How can I help people around the world? And can I turn this into a business? Are people willing to pay for this? Then you have a passion that you can really tap into and really look into to see, is this me? Maybe it's not. Ask yourself those 3 questions about your passion. You might be able to identify what you really want to do. The world needs to see the light that you bring. Start imperfect. Start when you're not ready. Start when you don't have it all figured out. Greatness comes after repetition, not before. So if this was helpful, make sure you leave a comment down below. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. If you guys felt like this was helpful, if it wasn't, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear where you guys are in your journey and how it's going. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to learn a little bit about consistency and how to stay consistent with posting about your niche, I definitely recommend watching this video. This helped me so much. These are all the wisdom I learned in the last 10 years of doing YouTube. See you guys there.